So we're now going to do an experiment. We're going to see if we pour a cup of water through the sand and a cup of water through the gravel.
So far we've talked about how the water gets from the watershed to your shower head, but I'd like to talk about conservation for a few minutes. So I have with me Joanne Toms, Environmental Program Manager for Conservation and Sustainable Living Division. So Joanne, tell us how we can conserve water.
Well, the city has a really great conservation program. We actually maintain 10 conservation programs. Our oldest program is the Landscape Rebate Program. So over 5,200 residents have converted grass to desert landscaping, which has resulted in savings of millions of gallons of water. We also maintain the 4-acre Glendale Xeriscape or low water use demonstration garden at the Glendale Main Library. And I like to call this a teaching garden because we offer free tours, classes, and demonstrations on Arizona-friendly landscaping. In fact, we just received an award from Arizona Forward for a new publication called Welcome Wildlife to Your Garden. And it's a really great guide because it teaches people how to landscape in harmony with the Sonoran Desert. We're also updating our commercial program for those customers. And the program that's probably the nearest and dearest to my heart is our youth education program. This program reaches 3,000 students a year. We teach kids about where our water comes from, why it's important to save water, and we know as a city and as a water department that it's really important to teach kids about water conservation at an early age.
So I've seen some of the demonstrations that you do for the schools there, and it's great to start the kids early understanding, the importance and how precious water is here in a desert. Tell me a little bit more about the program.
So the youth program consists of a water conservation program called Water Watchers. It also includes an energy program called Watt Watchers. And so when we go out to the schools, we provide a lot of teacher support. We provide teachers with free lesson plans, resource kits, and then in-classroom presentations. And we also supply support for kids. So we provide kids and their families with efficiency kits. So if kids go home and take an assessment of their home's energy and water use, we provide them with free devices like a programmable thermostat, a high-efficiency shower head, and a leak detection kit. One thing that's kind of unique about our program is that we do a lot of assessment. And so before we go into the schools, we do a pre-test. After we visit the schools, we do a post-test because we want to understand how are the students learning about water conservation. Are they learning it from us? Or are they learning it from elsewhere in their school? We also survey teachers. We want to know, how is the program working for you? What do you want to do different next year? How can we make the program even stronger for you? So we're very, very proud of our youth education program. And for some lucky schools, Wayne Drop gets to visit them in their classroom. So we've got Wayne Drop here today. He's a lot of fun. He gives really good hugs and fist bumps to the kids at school. So
I'm sure the kids love it. So how long has the city had a water conservation program?
Well, the city's water conservation program has actually been around since 1985. Now, I haven't been there that long, but it's quite a mature program. And the program started, like I said, in 1985. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary. We had a party for Wayne Drop at the Glendale Main Library. We wanted to make water conservation fun and engaging for the public. Even though we have a fun side in conservation, we also take water conservation very seriously. We're very proud of our accomplishments. Did you know that in 1985, the average Glendale resident used about 212 gallons of water a day? Fast forward 30 years and that average resident uses about 104 gallons of water.
Wow.
So we know people have saved. Some of this is because of behavior changes, people taking out their grass, doing desert landscaping. Some of the change has been because of technology. We have more efficient appliances and fixtures and toilets now in 2017 than we did back in '85. And there's an interesting statistic that I like to share. As a state in Arizona, so in 2017, we use the same amount of water today as we did back in the 1960s, despite a 5-fold increase in our population. So we know our customers are taking water conservation seriously, and we get a lot of calls. We get over 200 calls of water waste from our residents. So people are out walking, people are out driving, they see leaky irrigation, they see a leak, they call us, and we notify those owners.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Joanne. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.